In the following video, you will learn how to use library resources when you're conducting research for your English 155 course. We're currently looking at the college's website, hgtc.edu. You can find a link to the library's homepage under Quick Links. When you get to the library's website, scroll down and locate the LibGuides tab. LibGuides are specially designed sites created by HGTC librarians to help you find the best resources for a specific class. You'll notice that there's a drop-down menu that asks which guide do you need. If you scroll through, you can find alphabetically the English 155 LibGuide for Professor Hedges. Then select the Go button. If you've never seen a LibGuide before, the way you use them is by navigating your way around using the tabs you see in the center of the page. The Home tab comes up first, and it's just a welcome page with some library news. The Research tabs are the Books tab, the Databases tab, and the Multimedia tab. And that's where we're going to spend the majority of the video today. We're first going to go to the Books tab. This is where you would go if you're looking for physical books about your specific career field. You'll notice that there's a search box over here on the left-hand side. This is our catalog search box. We call it HGTC One Search. The reason it's called HGTC One Search is because in addition to allowing you to search to see what we have physically in our libraries, you can also use it as an all-in-one search to include electronic resources available through the library. Your inclination would probably be to come here and type in your career field. And that's not a bad search, but I'm going to show you how you can narrow down your search to make it more effective. Let's go in here and do a search for physical therapist. You'll notice if you look in the center of the page, I have 661 results. That's obviously a lot to look through. So going back, what would have been a better search is to type in the second search that you see in the suggested search drop-down. I previously conducted this search so it would come up. The search that would have been better is physical therapist and career. What the AND does is it joins your two search terms or phrases together, the phrase physical therapist and the word career. And you'll notice when I do this, I don't get 661 results, I get 21 results, which is a far more manageable list. And it's also a more accurate list. Looking at some of these titles, Career as a Physical Therapist, that's a book available at our Georgetown campus. Jumpstart a Career in Physical Therapy and Rehabilitation, a book at our Grand Strand campus. Bear in mind, if you normally visit one campus library, we can have items transferred from one to another for ease in picking up. Now, there are a few items that we have cataloged as well that came up that are online resources, and you could take a look at those as well. Now, while I'm not going to do this search right now, understand that there's one other word that you could try besides the word career. You could also put in vocational, and that will also search for career-related books available through our library. And earlier I mentioned that we call this service HGTC One Search because it allows you to search multiple resources at once. What we've been doing is a catalog search, the first one you see on the list here, meaning it's looking for items physically cataloged between our three campus libraries. A couple other options that you have here on the list. You could search one campus specifically. You can see that all three of them are listed there. You could search articles, which would search for articles that match whatever your search criteria was. You could also try the Pascal Delivers service, which you see at the bottom of the list. Pascal Delivers is a free service where you can search for and locate books that are housed at other colleges and universities in South Carolina, and there'll be a link right next to the title of any item that you find that allows you to request that item through the Pascal Delivers service and have it sent to our library free of charge in usually about 5 to 7 days. Going back to your course LibGuide, scrolling down on the page, I did want to mention to you a book that we have in the library as well as the access that you have to its online counterpart. It's called the Occupational Outlook Handbook. This is a book that's published every year by the U.S. government. We have a copy available at the Conway campus, and it comes out, as I said previously, every year, and it has information about a wide variety of careers. If you're unable to make it to the library to access this particular title, it is also published online. This is the only time in the video that I'm going to talk briefly about internet resources, meaning non-library resources. Here on the right-hand side, under the link that tells you about the print Occupational Outlook Handbook, you'll find the Occupational Outlook Handbook online. If you're interested in accessing the information that's also found in the print book, only digitally, this is where you would go. There are a lot of ways that you can utilize this page. You can use the search feature here. I'm a big fan of the A to Z index because that shows you some related terms for fields that you may not be thinking of. So, for example, if you were going to work in forensic science in some manner, I've clicked on the letter F, and you can see that it gives me all of these different fields within forensic science. So I can click on any one of these and it'll automatically take me to that page where I can find information about this particular career. And while this isn't a library resource, it actually looks somewhat similar to our LibGuide because you navigate your way around using the various tabs that you see in the center of the page here. Going back to your course LibGuide, I will also briefly mention the Career One Stop. This is another government-based website. It's part of the Department of Labor. And it's from here that you can explore careers as well. In fact, that's the link that you're going to click on, Explore Careers. If you go to And More, you'll notice that you can search for a specific career, as well as get detailed information about our area, or at least our state. So let's say I wanted information about working as a registered nurse. I can put in a zip code. Maybe you don't even want to stay in South Carolina. Maybe you're interested in moving somewhere else. You could put that zip code in as well. And then you get a page dedicated to information about that career, but also about pay that you would get in that particular area. So you can see I have projected employment in South Carolina and the United States. I have typical annual wages for an RN in the Myrtle Beach, Conway, North Myrtle Beach area. And with every one of these individual boxes, a lot of times you can click towards the bottom and see more detailed information. So for example, I have very drilled down information about what wages would be for an RN in our area. And I can compare it to South Carolina and the United States. Going to the top of your LibGuide, you'll notice that under the Books tab there are 2 drop-downs. If you're interested in seeing some of the career book series that we have available to you in our libraries, you can go to either one of these drop-down menus and see a listing of some of the books that we have available to you. Moving over now to the Databases tab, if you're unfamiliar with databases, these are library resources that you can go into to access information that was once published in print. It may have been in a journal, a magazine, a newspaper, a book, or other types of scholarly sources. If you look over here on the right-hand side, you'll notice that it says Career Databases. These are the databases that give you information about specific careers. I would recommend starting with Ferguson's Career Guidance Center. It's probably the best one we have. When we get into Ferguson's, you'll notice that there's a lot of information on the page, and you're welcome to navigate your way around and see what some of the things are on this particular database's homepage. For example, there's information about preparing for your career with regards to how to write a resume, cover letter, improving your interviewing skills, and a variety of things there. Scrolling down, just showing you some of the things that you'll find as you're going through. But the part that you'll probably want to take advantage of is the search box here at the top. You could come in here and you could search for a specific field. Let's say you want to work as an accountant. If I do a search for accountants, you can see that I have 118 results that came back. Some of these may have been articles, some may be entries out of books, some may be videos. I've got a wide variety of results that come back. And in fact, you'll notice that it says it divides them into articles or videos here. If you see one that's of interest to you, go ahead and click on it. And one of the great things about library databases is they come pre-cited. So let's say that you came in here and you found some information that was of interest to you. Maybe you clicked on this item and then you looked at the education and training requirements and used some of this information. If you did, click on the Cite button and it will show you a suggested MLA or a suggested APA citation for this particular resource. Double check anything they give you for accuracy before you utilize it in your final paper. One last thing that I'll point out about this particular database that you may want to take advantage of if you're still thinking about what career to go into, there's the career assessment. This is where you get asked a large number of questions, and it tells you what they think are some of the best career fields based on the answers that you give on the assessment. Going back to your LibGuide, we're going to click on the Career Transitions database now. This is a somewhat similar database to the last one in that it has information about writing a resume, writing a cover letter, has an interview simulation that could be of help to you as well. There's a place where you can assess your career interests. Again, helps you decide on what might be a good career field for you. But as far as your research goes, you'll probably want to click on Browse Career Paths. And then it's just your job of narrowing it down by category. So I may be interested in law, public safety, corrections, and security. I can click on that and you can see I've got an alphabetical listing of careers in that particular area. So if I was studying to be a paralegal, I could click on that link and I've got that particular information listed for me here. One quick note about this database. This is the one database that our library offers that does not come with citations. So please know that you will have to cite any sources on your own if you do use this particular database. While I'm only going to briefly look at these ones, I will mention a few other databases for you as well. The Salem Press database has these particular career ebooks in it. Every single one of these resources is an ebook, but you could go in and you could navigate your way around. Let's say I wanted to look at the Careers in Hospitality and Tourism book. you can see I've got all of these specific career fields with information from that particular book about each one. The Vocational and Career Collection database. This one is nothing but a collection of journals that have articles that offer career guidance. Down below, you've got two specific journals that give you nothing but career information. One is Career Outlook, the other is Techniques. If you wanted to search just that one particular publication, you could click on either one of these and search in that one publication itself for any articles about your career field. Last but not least, towards the bottom of the Databases tab, I will point out a few of our business databases. One I'll mention is Business Insights. If you had a specific company you wanted to work for and you wanted to include information about that company in your paper, you could search for that company name in this particular database and get information about the company itself. If you wanted to open your own business, you may want to take a look at Small Business Reference Center. And then when you enter in here, there's a couple things that you may want to click on. Industry information by small business type. You may also want to click on the Startup Kit and Business Plans. Lastly, on your guide in terms of research, on the Multimedia tab, you'll find our streaming video providers. We have two. One is called Canopy, the other is Films on Demand. Films on Demand will probably have the most information about career fields. You'll notice that this link here takes you directly into Films on Demand so that you could search the entire collection, or we have also provided you with a link that takes you specifically to just the career films in Films on Demand. So you could browse through this list, granted it's a very large list of results, or you could search for a specific career field in the search box. And if you find any videos that are of interest to you, the nice thing about Films on Demand is just like with the databases, they do come pre-cited. So if I watched this video and took some information out of it and included it in my paper, I could come down here to the Cite button and I've got a suggested MLA as well as a suggested APA style citation. And speaking of citations, there are two tabs on your guide that have some basic guidance regarding MLA style and APA style. Last but not least, you've got the Get Help tab, which is where you can find all the different methods for contacting the library for assistance. Understand that the library is always available to provide you with help, even if you can't make it into the library. Our hours are available here, but you can also email us and text us, and our chat service is available as well. Thanks for watching. Good luck with your assignment, and if you need help, again, please reach out to the library and we'll be happy to point you in the right direction.